ماكثين فيه أبدا. Listen again, guys. ماكثين. Repeat after me. I can hear you. I can hear you, by the way. Yeah. Don't act like you're reading, but you're not. I can hear you. فيه أبدا. I'm going to explain some Tajweed rules about these verses that I'm reciting. Yeah. وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا. Break it down. Let's break it down. Repeat after me. وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا. Let's start with this. This is a great confusion. The greatest confusion of 2020 is not whether the football World Cup was good in Qatar or not. The greatest confusion of 2022 is that what should we do about this shaddah at the beginning of the verse? Anyone, drop your answers. Drop your answers. Give it a guess. What should we do about a shaddah that comes right at the beginning? First, let's understand shaddah a little bit. Yeah, let's understand shaddah a little bit. Shaddah is something that looks like this. Yeah, in English, for example, your teacher would say you have homework. So that's W. Okay, but let's forget homework for now. This is the shaddah. What should we do about this shaddah? Now, shaddah, it's something that comes on top of letters in Quran to tell you something. It's trying to tell you that whatever letter that you see this shaddah on top of, shaddah comes on top of letters. Yeah. That same letter, guys, that same letter is read twice. How many times do we read it? Not once, guys. We read it twice. Are you guys with me? We read it twice. Now, how? Ustad, explain. Can you explain? Yes, I can explain. Guys, come down. Some of you need a lot of explanation too fast. Huh? I'll explain to you. Give me a second. First time the letter is going to be silent, and the second time we're going to read the same letter active. MashaAllah. I see the comments, guys. Lovely. Yeah? Keep dropping your answers there. I know I might not be reading it, but I can see them. The more you interact, the more you will benefit, guys. So that's the rule of learning. Simple. The more you interact, with learning, the better. So look, this is a very unnatural environment. This is not real. I mean, I'm teaching, it looks like a class, but you're probably lying down, blanket on top of you, and the phone is right next to you, and from the right hand you're probably eating some crisp something. But if you engage by commenting, if you engage by answering the questions I'm saying, you'll benefit, not me. Yeah, you don't even have to drop the comment, just say the answers or guess the answers, please. Now we go here, we see a meme with the shaddah. What does it mean? It means the same meme here is read as a silent letter and is read as an active letter. Let me explain even more. This is meme when it has a sukoon, and this is meme when it's active. This is a silent meme, this is an active meme. What's the difference? Well, a letter when it's active, then it's a, I, u. The letter when it's silent is none of them, it's just like that. Yeah? If I were to do this very simply. Thank you very much for sharing, user with the long number there on TikTok. Keep sharing, please. Please keep sharing. Thank you. Now, there's a problem here, and the problem is with this particular word here, we can never start a sentence, a word in Arabic with the silent letter. We always end a word in Arabic with the silent letter, but we never start it with the silent letter. Understand this, yeah? Now, for example, alhamdu, active. Lillahi, lam is active. Alladhi, active. Anzala, ala, aba, active. All of these letters, you see every single word in Quran, lahu, they're all starting with active letters. But here, going back to this example, and we had another example here, maybe you guys noticed, these are starting with silent letters. So how do we read them? Well, you ignore the silent sign here. So this is very important, guys. It's important that you learn qaida, because by you learning qaida, you will understand what need to be ignored or what need to be What is it that you should ignore, and what is it what you shouldn't ignore? When I teach Qaida, last chapter of Qaida that I teach, second last chapter of Qaida, is which rules we ignore, and which rules which are which are the signs in Quran that we ignore when we see them, and when is it that we change them? Okay, so a person who'd haven't learned Qaida, they would see me with the Shaddah and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read it as Makithina, trying to read the silent meaning. No, that's not how we do it. So you learn Qaida to understand what need to be ignored. So here, meme with the Shaddah will be ignored here. And is this the only thing that gets ignored in the Quran? No. In Quran, the empty lam that comes next to Hamza gets ignored as well. Now, I remember addressing this particular topic in my first podcast. So there's a link, there's a playlist on my YouTube. If you go to it, you'll be able to see list of all the, you'll be able to see the podcast that I did. So I'm going to quickly show you that real quick, inshallah. On my YouTube, there's a playlist called Quran Podcast, and you see all these clips here. Yeah? So you see the first video here, teaching verse 1 and 2 of Surah Al-Kahf. There we go. You go and watch that. Yeah? And if you rather than watching the whole podcast, you can just go to this clip, Kahf 1, 2 with full Tajweed rules. And today we're doing 3 and 4. So, Makithina. We ignore the Shaddah. But Ustad, why is it there? Well, you're asking too many questions. Sit down. Sit down. Next time you ask question, you're out. Aggressive teacher would say. No, I'm not aggressive. What do we do here? The reason there is Shaddah here, because if you were to ignore this, and you're connecting this word with this word, you would say Hasanam Makithi. Now you're reading meme. Yeah? MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Hasanam Makithina. Now you're reading it. Now you're reading it. Okay? Okay. Now, I'm not going to explain each and everything here, guys. Otherwise, we will be here for hours and hours. I'm here to explain some of the confusions, some of the common rules, some of the common things that people get confused at when they're reciting Quran. So next time you open Quran, it makes sense to you, or inshallah your reading would be better. Now, what else can I explain? Let's have a look. Makithina fihi abada. Ustad, this is abadan. You read abada. It's wrong. Shh. Some of you guys just want a chance to prove me wrong. Abadan. So this word is abadan, guys. What should you do about this word? We read it as abada. Once again, you learn qaida, and you would realize what you need to realize when you learn qaida is that there's things that change because of, for example, you are British, but you go to America, and then all of a sudden you say water, and you say I need a cab, and you say meet me around the corner. Now your accent changed because you are in a different location, because you're traveling to the United States. Now, just like that, just like the way my accent changed because I changed my location, this word here, because of the location, I see this this word in, things gonna change. So this word is coming right at the end of the verse. So what's gonna happen here? I'm gonna cancel this, and from abadan, the word will become abada. Once again, you would see this alif, you say, Ustad, why there is alif here? So look at this. This word is abadan. We read it as abadan. But this word is coming with an extra alif. We only use this alif when we are stopping here. So if you're not stopping here, then you read this as abadan, ignore the alif. If you stop here, then you cancel one fatha and you read it as da, abada. Again, something you learn in qaida. Now for those of you, and I'm not trying to say that, for those of you who don't know these things, there's something bad with you. No, for some of you, these rules are quite new. You see, you might be looking at this and saying, Ustad, there's so many rules, I don't think I'll be ever able to learn all of this. Well, it's only because you're seeing it first time. When I read Quran, I don't even have to pay attention to these things. I don't. I just got used to it. Yeah? So slowly and surely, you will get used to these rules, and you would never have to focus on them. You would never have to figure them out. As soon as you see the word, you know it. For example, when you see a traffic light and it's red, you don't have to think. For those of you who drive car, you just stop automatically. You see a sign, it says no entry, you just know. Sometimes you don't know, you get a ticket then. Yalla. Barakallahu feekum. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you want to watch the entire podcast, click here. And if you want to join our online madrasa, make sure you check this video out first. Assalamu alaikum.